Welcome back. The topic of today's discussion is going to be learn the game, beat the rules. Now, for everybody listening to me, also has just a heads up, there's a fly. I heard a fly here in the room, so in case you see me swatting at something, just know. Anyways, life is a game. Life is a game, and we have to learn how to play it. There is Here we go. Here, as you can see from some of my other shorts, if life is a game, these are the rules. There are two books that I have read that have changed my life and my thinking on this perspective. One of them being this one here, and the second one being If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules by Florence Scovel Shinn. Now, both of these reading materials will be available down in the description below, and you can get them from our Amazon affiliate store. It's imperative, guys, that we know that life is a game. And once you kind of come to that realization, things can become easier for you if you know how to play the game. So, how I understand the game of life is fundamentally on a baseline level is whatever you say comes true. Period. That's why they call me Big True, because I've noticed that everything in my life comes true eventually. And sometimes things can take longer than what people perceive the time frame to be. So in that instance, they might not believe you. But this is where we get the saying, I tell you guys these things before they happen. So when they happen, you can begin to believe. Up to you, right? So in Florence Scovel Shinn's Life is a Game, If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules, it really teaches us the imperative nature of the power of the tongue. And again, these concepts are not new. All of these things can be found in every major religious text up to and including everything you can find. But as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The power of the tongue, power of life and death lies in the tongue, etc., etc. Various phrases that I'm sure you can think about that relate to the same sentiment. So now the beauty of the games is that the game developers or the game creators, however you want to position it, they have to tell you how to beat the game or else nobody would play it. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, drop a comment section down below if you do, but does anybody remember the website gamefaqs.com where you would type in a game and then you would read all about every single level so that you could figure out how to beat the game? Yeah, me too, right? And I remember that. Life is no different. There are manuals and there's instructions that are all around us that we just have to read and unpack in order to get the most out of this experience. So, yeah. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. But you have to read the rules of the game, the rules to life, and it's not challenging. It's not difficult. A lot of times people make it seem as though it has to be this incredible journey or this difficult journey. It has to be this incredibly difficult journey where you have to struggle your whole life and then you get to a certain point and then you can relax. I don't believe that to be true, and I've noticed that that's not my reality. So fundamentally, going back to the idea that the power of life and death lies in the tongue and what we say comes true in our lives, there's people's rules don't apply in my world. If you're looking at my videos or if you're looking at my life or if you're looking at me and where you're just like, okay, Cody, but no, life doesn't work that way. You have to work hard and you have to slave and you have to get dirt under your fingernails in order for you to make it. That's your reality. Your rules do not apply in my world. So I let people do what they want, say what they want, and live how they want to. Because the same way that nobody can convince me to change my life, I can't convince anyone else to change theirs. If anybody wants to make any change in their lives, if anybody is even inspired by any of my videos and feels that they've made a change, it's you that made that change, not me, because everybody can only be responsible for themselves. So even if you watch a video like this, even if you watch my videos, check all the content on the channel, it's still you. It's still you that ended up changing your life, changing your perspective. Okay? On that note, let's take a moment to like this video if you're still watching this far. Share it with a friend who might benefit from this message. Comment your thoughts down below. And let's grow this thing. Okay? My book, How to Get It, is almost ready. And as soon as that becomes available, I'll put the description, the link down below. Okay, guys, that's my first book. I'm super excited about it. So that's fun. Learn the rules. Once you understand the rules, for example, okay, let's even read one of the rules here. The 10 rules for being human being, according to this book here, okay? You will receive a body. Check. Check. Hopefully, if you're watching this one, you have a body too. Now, you will be presented with lessons. Check. Currently, right now, I feel like I'm going through the same lesson over again, and I have to learn and think differently to make sure that I don't fall into the same traps. I promised God I would never look back or I would turn to a pillar of salt. So far, I'm still here. I'm not that salty. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Lessons are repeated until learned. That's for me. Lessons and learning does not end. As soon as you get from one lesson, you get to another lesson. You learn one thing, you move on to the next thing immediately. There is no better than here. This also brings me back to the point or the idea of there's the power of now, where there is only now and there's only now. If you think about a memory in the past, if you think about the fondest memory that you have of me, yeah, right? We've got a lot of fond memories, I know. But think about it. Think about that time we went to eat ice cream and we swang on the park, you know? But you can only remember that now. You can only remember that right now. If you think about the future, if you're scared and you're saying, oh man, but I don't know about the bills, I don't know about the thrills, I don't know about the job, I don't know about the slob. You can only think about that right now. You can only stress about that right now. You can't be in the future and then thinking about the past. It's now. Everything is only right now. So next rule is that others are only mirrors of you. I've noticed that too, because when you stop giving bullshit, you stop getting bullshit. I literally say that I'm only going to encounter nice people and friendly people whenever I go out, and guess what? I do. I only ever encounter people that are nice to me, that are polite, that are friendly, that are encouraging, that are outgoing. So it has to be something. What you make of your life is up to you. What you make of your life is up to you. So this one is key. We're all self-made, but only the successful people will admit it. If, when you get a bag and you blow it, you don't blame yourself, you blame other people, you blame consumerism, you blame whatever it may be, but it's you. If we think about the spectrum of anything, hot and cold, any kind of duality, light and dark, it's you that's in the center. Slim or fat, it's you that's in the center. There's a center point being you, and then there's two extremes, two pillars on either end of the spectrum. So what you make of your life is up to you. If you sit around and dilly-dally all day, you might end up like a dilly-dallier. I think his name was Scooby1961. He was a fitness instructor. Is. Last time I checked. I'm not sure if he's still creating content. But he had a video that I watched like 10 years ago, and the man said, if everything you eat, if all you eat is donuts, you're going to look like a donut. And you do. And now, boys and girls, as an avid donut lover, I can tell you I used to look like a donut. OMG, I've lost probably about 60 pounds since then. Life is good. So all the answers lie inside of you. That's the next lesson from the rules, from the 10 rules. All the answers lie inside of you. I've noticed that once I realized that we are source, we are the light. Let your eye be single and your whole body will be full of light. Let your light shine through to show the workings of the Lord through you, So I think the answers are inside of us. The answers to all of our problems are inside of us. Because if you think that like everything in this planet that we consider to be real was first a thought and an idea, I have another video titled It's All Fake where I go deeper down into this concept, if that's something that you're interested in. But if you think that everything was first a thought, thoughts are just energy vibrations and frequencies that transmute this world. So they all came from someone. The same traps that are the same places that we feel like we're stuck or we're trapped came from someone. Thoughts came from someone's idea. So then why can't we use our same ideas, our same thought process to create an idea that will take us out of poverty, take us into a new world, take us into an imagination? Why does it always have to be that it's a bad thing? You know, we're sitting here looking for externalization, always searching for externalization, external validation, external whatever it may be, whether it's love, whether it's religion, whether it's a job, whether it's finances, whether it's friends. We're always looking for something external, always going like this and like, is it this? Is it this? Is it me? Is it But never taking a moment to look within ourselves. Never taking a moment to stop and think and be like, okay, the answers are within me. Let me just stop and hear God's voice. Because once you stop, take a moment, and don't let the hustle and bustle and the busyness of this world keep you distracted forever. Hopefully, you have at least one moment where you can look at your life and be like, wait a second, this is a scam. This is a scam, and they're trying to steal my energy. That's a story for another day. We don't have to get into that one right now. And the last but not least, you will forget all of this at birth. This is the concept that I've heard countless times, is that like the reason why we feel afraid, the reason why we let these circumstances and these traps manipulate us is because we forget who we are. If you really thought, if you really believed that like God has got you, God is with us, God is within us, God is all around us, He's showing us abundance, how could we ever feel scared? The only reason, even in terms of that, is because we forget who we are. Whenever I feel anxiety about money or anything, for full transparency, all my anxieties are based out of like monetary, because I'm chasing freedom. I'm constantly chasing freedom, and I know that money is the magnifying tool that will allow for that, right? So that's where my anxiety comes in. But then I think, okay, whenever I feel that, let's run through the thought exercise right now. If I think that and I'm like, oh, but like money, they just took money out of my account and like, but then I remember that I'm the source. I'm the source of the money. I'm the source of the energy that will create the money. If I were to go and get a job, I'm the energy that works to get the money, you know? So then I know that I'm more than enough. I'm more than enough. I just have to make sure that I get it. And it's not even a matter of me having to do anything. God knows my needs. He knows what I want. He knows what I need, and He knows when I need it. So it's just a matter of trusting the process and remaining faithful in the vision and in the sight unseen. That's faith, right? So that's about it for now, I think. Just a quick video. I wanted to just do a quick video breaking it down, some of these concepts. And the idea that once you can understand the game of life, once you understand the rules to the game, then you can beat the game. Okay, guys, this is nothing more than a game. If you understand money, you can beat money. If you understand romance and human psychology, you can beat romance and human psychology. And I say beat in the sense that we're conquerors. Whatever you want, you can have, and whatever you desire, you can achieve. So, with that being said, conquer these things. Read about money, read about finance, read about business, read about love, read about development, read about female psychology, read about male psychology, read about childhood psychology, so that we can understand. And once you understand, you can adapt. Once you can adapt, you can improvise and keep going, you know? So when you don't know, that's when it leads to fear. That's when things lead to anger and uncertainty, because you don't know. It's that uncertainty that creates that fear, you know? And then from fear comes violence and so on and so forth. So just kind of establishing that level of understanding, establishing a sense of understanding is key and pivotal role in navigating this life, I think, personally. All these videos are just a compilation of what I think. Just a historian. These tapes are just a historian, so that one day people can look back and they can study my bones and my visions and my ideas and think, interesting. Okay, guys, so with that, I bid you farewell. I bid you good day, whatever, something sentiment. I bid you a nice sentiment. Enjoy the day. And again, I'm offering exclusive coaching for select few. If you want to connect with me and you want to talk more about these topics and develop develop your success, speak to me and I can help you get through any situation. Okay, guys, so with that, peace, blessings be upon you guys. Love you lots. See you next time.